Oh, hello, and welcome back, everybody, to Beta Investments. This is Rudy with another episode of Trust Me, I'm an investor, so clearly he must know what he's doing, right? So today we're going to go over some of the collections that have been coming in. I'm very, very behind on everything. There's probably about 10 to 12 of these collections, about 6 videos behind, but in this one, we've got an interesting collection from, oh boy, heavy play. Interesting collection from Sweden, and we got a couple cards over here. So first we're going to start with the very simple collection. So this gentleman just had 3 cards and said, Rudy, I'm done. I got these 3 leftover cards. I want to sell them. I'm over it. I said, all right, cool. Get you a shipping label. Just plop it in the mail, print it out. Shipping's covered. We'll make it happen. First things first. We obviously got ourselves very played cards. We got 2 played Abyss. The Abysses? Is that Abysses or 2 Abyss? I'm not sure. And just to revise, Savannah. Again, a lot of surface scratches. Just played cards. People keep asking me. There's been a lot of comments lately about the old. There's like 4 black cards, I think, in Legends. Some people call it the 4 Black Horsemen. There's the Abyss, Nether Void, Chains, and then All Hallows Eve. And there's been a lot of comments lately regarding the how much they've gone up in price. And there's some people speculating they've topped out. So there seems to be a lot of people wanting to kind of sell out of the cards recently because they think they're too overpriced. I personally don't agree. I think retail, if they were in mint condition, $1,000 a piece, even up to $2,000 a piece, is actually still pretty reasonable. I personally see a time when all the damaged cards are $1,000 and all the mint condition nice ones are probably going to be $2,000, $3,000. PSA 10, BGS 9.5 range will be $3,000 to $5,000 eventually. I'm talking years from now. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. I think we're going to have some some consolidation stabilizing time. This is a cool one here, though. Rudy, my name is Eric. Gentlemen's from Sweden. We've been changing emails lately. Blah, blah, blah. Since you appreciate it, can you evaluate? Give me an offer. Give me a price. I want to sell my cards. All right, Eric. So obviously we already did this deal. This video is probably a month or 2 old by the time you actually see this. I wanted to go through kind of the continuation of the cards I'm buying. Obviously, it's really not going to surprise anybody. I think most of this stuff is what you guys are going to expect. Again, you can see some near mint, some light play, some heavy play, moderate play, all across the board. So we'll start with the simple stuff, just to kind of go through everything, have a good conversation with everybody today about kind of the state of some of these prices, kind of reflect on what's going on. I think it'll make a good conversation. We can all enjoy the cards, look at them together, and we can kind of talk about what's happening. So I know a lot of people really like these type of videos. Some people don't. That's why we do different types of videos on this channel, so we can try to appeal to everybody who hates me. All right, so first, unlimited duels. There's only, I think there's just 1 playset of unlimited Taigas. So again, there's so many people out there that say, Rudy, I do not understand why would people pay double the price for unlimited versus revised in the same card. I'll be honest with you guys. Do not underestimate how important it is for a lot of people out there to have the bolder, crisper colors from Unlimited Edition. That thicker, dark border, that nice black line, the richer colors versus that faded color look. Just to kind of, just to point it out, just to kind of give you guys an idea. Again, do not underestimate how rich those colors are versus the faded look of revised. I know some people are going, are you serious? They look almost the same. But in person, and when you handle a lot of them, there is actually a pretty big difference. It's also some of the most commonly confused cards and sets there are out there. So next we're going to go into lightning bolts. So I think since I purchased this collection, this was about a month or 2 ago, I noticed the alpha beta lightning bolts continue to skyrocket in price. I don't know if this is a target or it's just old school and people wanting to buy 93, 94 cards. I am really having a hard time for words understanding. I've seen people selling played these suckers for $100, $200, $300 a card. I don't know what's going on with the lightning bolt situation. Soul Ring, a little bit more understandable. A little bit, I know a lot of people say, well, Rudy, lightning bolt's more iconic. And that may be your opinion. In my opinion, Beta Soul Ring, it's an uncommon, a lot lower print run. In my opinion, it's more powerful, but again, to each their own. Even in heavy played conditions and damaged conditions, they still have value. We have an Arabian Nights City of Brass that is missing 5% of the card. I don't know what the story is with some of these old Magic cards. Obviously, this is just really brutal, but it is an authentic. Again, that's why you guys saw me. The first thing I do is I check for inking, especially in the old cards, especially on blackboard ABU. So that one's damaged. This one is not damaged, at least. It may be heavy play, but at least it's not damaged. So we got some of those. And again, another comment. Let's go over the mountain conversation here. A lot of people really, that's probably one of the most, Rudy, why is the mountain so expensive? It's iconic. It's just a black border Arabian. It's a way for people to pimp out their deck, bragging rights. That's all it is. You can get yourself, a Dominaria mountain that's worth pennies. But, do not underestimate the importance of some of the iconic issues and what people want, the authenticity. It's a very powerful thing. Library, doesn't even require a conversation. We just got ourselves a very nicely loved library. It's authentic. There's no inking on it. Hey, it's another library. Got nothing really to say. We got the winter factories. Again, there's been a major buyout on the winter factories in the last 12 months. And for the longest time, these stayed relatively cheap, I think between $50 and $100. Now they finally moved to that, I think between $200 and $500, depending on condition now. So I think it was just long overdue. Same thing with the other seasons. Not quite as sought after as the iconic winter, because the winter is just so iconic. There's nothing similar in the world of Magic that contains artwork and a feel that the winter factory nothing can deliver that. There's nothing similar. Don't get me wrong. This one's the most recognizable because obviously the white border, the revised, the different printings. These two, I think spring and summer, right? I always get the spring, summer, fall confused. Still pretty recognizable, but again, the winter is by far the most bragging rights, unique situation, and I'm surprised it took that long for the price to adjust. It is what it is. All right, now we're going to go to a Played Unlimited cards. This has been a very interesting. Oh crap! A signed card. Anybody get the Guardian of the Soul Rings to contact me, please? Oh crap! I gotta practice my Mark Tedin signature. I think I signed that one pretty good. Again, the unlimited cards, it's just been a really, really dramatically sought after thing lately. And I personally just feel it's a spillover, just like the International and the Collector's Edition. It's a side effect of what's going on with the ABU prices. The alpha beta prices are pushing the unlimited, and the ABU prices are pushing the Collector's Edition. That's really all it is to it. I still see a day where these should be a lot more expensive. This one I'm probably going to get graded. I would say this is probably going to grade out a solid, maybe a PSA 10, maybe a BGS 9.5, depending on how much I bribe the subgrade guy who's grading it on the weekend. All right, so we got some just generic unlimited cards, nothing exotic. Got a nice little balance. Some Rudy's woman over here looking all beautiful. The nice infamous dark red elemental blast. By the way, has anyone seen the alpha beta black border prices of these comments? Unbelievable. So we just got a bunch of really cool unlimited common uncommons and rares mixed through. Fork, that's kind of one of those really cool ones lately. Not super expensive, especially in played condition. Remember, most white border played cards, as you can see over here, they tend to start getting some yellowing, which is very, very common with either exposure to the sun, exposure to an environment where there's smokers, or simply put, just depending on the air quality of the location where they are. So we got some infamous forks there. Well played, infamous, and we got an unlimited Shabon Dragon. So obviously, Sheevan Dragon's always going to be a very iconic card. It is what it is. The alpha beta has become very sought after. Earthquakes, some rares, unlimited lightning bolts. The wheel, again, we already did a video, I think about a couple weeks ago, about these Wheel of Fortunes. Very, very heavily being targeted by investors, collectors, 93, 94 players. And honestly, I think the Wheel of Fortune, for even a revised Wheel of Fortune, between $50 and $100, I still think is undervalued. I think the revised wheels should be over 100, unlimited wheels should be a couple hundred, and black bordered wheels should be all thousands and thousands. This is such an iconic, powerful card. Lore, nothing crazy, some miscellaneous, wanderlust, and stills, tsunamis. Got a little force of nature action there. So let's continue to kind of check it out and talk about this stuff. Again, nothing really exotic here. We just got a bunch of alpha, beta, unlimited. Black border Land of War elves are also becoming very iconic, very collectible for the investors out there. They've been really scooping them up. Regrowth, same thing. Elvish archers. There's also a handful, always remember there's a handful of investors out there that are really big into the Enchantress, specifically just because of the artwork with this woman. It's a vid that I know collectors specifically that just want the artwork. They don't even play Magic. Birds, very, very infamous card. Probably get this one graded. I think I can get probably a Beckett. I'd probably go for a pristine BGS 10 on that. I don't know if I'll get Black Label. I don't know if I can get all four corners graded perfectly at subgrade 10, especially with that slight off centering. The rest of the card looks good. All right, so now we got some, we're going to the black bordered here. All right, so we got some black bordered. It looks like some beta uncommons, some wanderlust action here. There's one beta elves, see, played. This is just, I never thought I'd see the day when like alpha beta elves and like crawl worms become actually of value. I didn't think I'd see the day. I just never saw it coming. I never really bought into a lot of those, so I'm still buying them, obviously. Stone Giant, uncommon, some Dwarven Warriors. You got some artillery action going on over here. And, of course, definitely very excited. Very, very loved and damaged cards. We're going to take a minute to talk about this. And, again, this is very, very common for cards back then that were very, very well loved. Now, both of these cards have very little to no value. I'm just going to be straightforward. What is going on with that focus? Sorry. Both of these cards have little to no value, flat out. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. Let's start with the first one here. We'll put this one down. This is so played, it's into the damage category because you actually have creasing. This is a full-blown damaged Berserk. And on top of that, I mean, you literally have part of the card is starting to go missing, and they're recoloring it in. I mean, the other Berserk is the same way. I mean, this thing, did you guys even notice? See the inking on the black border? All the way around. You guys see that Sharpie going around? So if you look at it very closely, there you go. It has been Sharpied all the way. And you have crease mark damage. So you got very, very heavily played and damaged cards. But again, it's still a beta Berserk. It is what it is. Some commons, Hill Giants, Disintegrate, some Ogre action, some Fire Breathing. Uncommon, we got some Warlords over here, got some Mons Gobs. Some commons. Infamous, very iconic Fireballs, just common cards. Some Shatters, common cards. Goblin Balloon, same thing, iconic. Obviously, probably one of the most recognizable, controversial old artworks. The old Earthbind. The more Blackboard Elemental Blast with that nice deep red color. We've got a little Oriflame going on. La Druid. It's got some little uncommons, Tranquilities. The old Scry Sprites. Got some Life Force, terrible uncommon. More sprites, some Dryads. Some Instill Energies, Wall of Wood, some Giant Growths, Wild Growths, a bunch of miscellaneous just beta cards here. Oh crap, I didn't know some of these are signed. I did not contact the gatekeepers of Daniel Gellin, so I'm not sure if he's going to attack me. I might have a lawsuit for that signature. I'm not sure yet, everybody, so I apologize about that in advance. Regrowth, again, very iconic card. Now we're looking at Ice Storm over here. Ice Storm, for me, was really funny. Two are signed, or no, one is signed, three are not. We've got a Dan Frazier. I definitely practice that signature, so I should be getting better on his signature. The Ice Storm is just one of those cards that, I'll be honest with you guys, I went like 10 years to like 2000, 2002 without even seeing one of these. For some reason, I don't know. I had a weird thing with that particular card. I never really was exposed to it when I was younger. I was sheltered, everybody. I was sheltered. Alright, so anyways, we got some trolling action. We're just going to leave this on the screen and troll everybody. JK. Oh, play set of trolls. We got some Holy Strength action, a little play set. We got some ward action. Now we're the last few of the beta stuff over here. We want to talk about Library of Ling. There's a lot of people. There are people who collect this particular card strictly over the artwork also. People just really like it. And so I tell people all the time, people say, why is that card worth something? Why is this worth something? Some cards people buy literally for the artwork, and that's a hard thing for people to understand. Unsummon. All right, so again, this collection was purchased a couple months ago. All right, so I don't know what's going on specifically with like Alpha Beta Disenchants. I don't know how these things went from like a couple dollars to like $50 to $100 now all of a sudden in the last week or so. I'm not really sure what the deal is. From the time I purchased this collection to literally, I think 6 weeks later, the price has changed dramatically. I have no idea what's causing that. I don't know if it's just an investor or a store trying to make a move on the market. I simply don't know. More Tranquilities. We've got an uncommon, a standard Hurricane. Very, very infamous Terror. We got some weaknesses. The infamous Uncommon Channel. Again, this is one of those examples people point to, just like Birds of Paradise. It is not reserve list, even been reprinted in Conspiracy 2 Take the Crown. Or is it Conspiracy 2? Or Masters 25 channel? I don't remember. It's been weird. I think this was Masters 25. It's a mythic one, I think. Anyway, same thing. Alpha Beta is not affected by the value. All right. As far as the basic lands go, I continue to do a lot of buying on basic lands. I've felt, and this is something I've learned from a lot of my friends and the Open Boosters, Edwin the Magic Engineer, even watching, MTG Lion and all the other channels. And I see people talking about some of these old cards. And, even when Daniel at Vintage Magic and even Open Boosters was talking about it, and everybody's been talking about the prices of basic land. How many people want the Alpha Beta basic land? So I have been increasing my position on basic land substantially. I think I've probably gone from literally owning maybe 20 basic lands. We're probably pushing about 500 plus now. So that was just a recent thing. And it was just something I never thought about. And it just kind of started happening because I just realized the prices were going up. These are alpha commons. It's just a handful of basic stuff. Probably the most exciting one is this uncommon alpha channel. And then the common would be the alpha wild growth. Those are the only two real major alphas. And then we got some basic, the dark cards. So I'm going to jump over to this last pile for those of you still watching these cool old things. We're going to go to the Antiquities world. So again, same thing. There's different rarities and there's different pricing for the strip mines. 4 versions of the artwork, same card, but for obsessive compulsive nut jobs like me, I think, is it the one with no sky? Or is it the one with the, which one is it? The one with the tower? Do I even have a tower one here? I don't remember which one it is. One of the strip mines have gone up a lot more than the rest of them. So anyways, Antiquities, we have a lot of basic common, uncommon Antiquities that are still pretty cheap. Some of them have moved from the quarter range to the buck or two, but overall, these cards have not really gone up in value too much. And again, by the time this video goes live, compared to when I'm filming this, it's probably going to be a big delay. And some of these, Citadel Druid, I've been hearing rumors about going up in value recently. I'm not sure if that's happening. Titania's Song, nothing going on with that. We got Rocket Launcher. I guess this one is signed by the old Pete Venters. I'm not sure if that's a real signature or not. I've never seen a signed Pete card, but there you go. More Power Leeches. Apparently that's a thing now. I think for the longest time, these were like $1 or $2. I heard they're on the move. Artifact Blast, same thing. Still pretty cheap cards. We got a Mark Pool over here. We got some Felden's Canes action. More Detonates. So as you can see, we're in 93, 94 heaven right now. Artifact Ward, a bunch of basic. You got, Millstone. God, Millstone. The first time I was introduced to Millstone was 4th edition. White border when I was a kid going to Books A Million and being dropped off on Saturdays at comic book stores. And people started milling my decks, and I didn't understand it. So that was a really cool little sentimental thing. Ivory Tower. As you can see, the 3rd small tower in the background. That's where I used to work when I had a real job. And as you can see, all the professional sponsored people working the big tower up front. All right, so we got a couple Arabian Nights commons. Nothing really, we got a Flying Carpet, a Desert Oasis. And, no real heavy hitters. Just some basic common cards from Arabian Nights, Brassman, basic stuff, Kurt Ape. No heavy hitters back here. I think that's about it. Oh, there's a Majay Djinn. That's one of the Djinns back in the all the Djinns Ifrits I've always been a big fan of the Arabian Nights. Then, of course, the infamous, the old Rook Egg. A couple of those little guys. So now we're going to move over to the Legends. I don't believe there's any heavy-hitting, expensive Legends in this collection when I went through it, and we did the deal a while. Again, I apologize, guys. I've literally been getting so many collections. I get them mixed up. I get them confused. I don't remember. I think I bought this collection. This was a month and a half ago or 2 months. I can't remember. I've been trying to keep them in order, and then I film when I get to it, and then I break them down and I lock them up. But like I said, I get behind sometimes. All right, so let's see what we got here. Where's the camera moving? Is it following me? Oh, sorry. All right, so we got Unholy Citadel. We got some Relic action, some basic stuff. The Relic Barrier, I'm surprised, really hasn't gone up a lot. Lady, it's got some basic. Nothing really expensive here. Lady or Cyclopean. I used to carry on ants. That brings me back when I was a kid, right? Am I right? So we got some of that. Nothing crazy. Ants. Why is the camera moving? Sorry, everybody. I feel like it's freaking me out a little bit. So last little bit, I think it's just going to be a bunch of bulk cards. Won't spend too much time showing everybody. Just Tundra Elves. I don't know. Hold on a second. I don't know why the camera's being weird. I apologize for that. Whoa! Don't push that button. Am I right? There. I don't know. Sorry about that. I don't know what the deal is with that. Hit my autofocus or something. I want to ruin the video. Because it's got some automatic movement thing going. Alright. I don't think there's anything else exciting to show you guys. Just we're looking at common, uncommon bulk cards back here. I don't think we're going to be... No, I think this could be about it. Bloodlust, I heard that card recently has been going up a little bit. But again, a lot of these common, uncommon cards, honestly, I still love to buy them because I'm surprised they're still so cheap. Oh, yeah, there's a Sylvans. I remember that now. Okay. Storm Seekers, and there's a couple played Sylvan, actually. Ugh. Yeah, heavy played damage, and a couple basic Chain Lightnings in there. Some Spearlings. Oh, there's Land Tax. Okay, so there were a few expensive ones at the bottom here. I literally cannot remember. Sorry about that. So we had Land Tax, Palladia, a few bucks, Nova, Teleria, Urborg, Penelhaven. Then we go to the Dark. Last few cards, I think, are just the Dark cards. I think, Maze of Iths, some Fell Wars. This is one I'm surprised. I think because it's been reprinted, there's white border versions, like 4th edition or something. It's probably why it stays pretty cheap. Alright, I think the rest are just the Dark, kind of more bulk common cards. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys get to... Oh, Ball Lightning. Very iconic card. Not a lot of money, but very iconic. And, we got a couple Urza's guys back here. That's pretty cool. And some common Urza, some Shatterstorm. The old ATOG, right? Sorry about that. I don't know what's up with the camera. I'll go ahead and cut it off. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, I love going through everything. If you guys have a collection, or if you have a friend, anybody wants to be on the channel, you're looking to sell old cards, I don't really recommend it because they're very nostalgic. They hold value. But if you do, you obviously AlphainvestmentsLLC at gmail.com, and send me some pictures. Tell me what you got. And I have no problem working with everybody. Tell me your story and let's share it with the world. Hope you guys got to see some cool stuff today and have a great day. All right, get it!